Hey, I'm Ben Pierce. I'm a PhD student in astrophysics and astrobiology at McMaster University, and I'm answering, why is the sky blue? Well, the sky's not always blue. You may recognize that at night the sky is actually black. And it's not until we get that daytime sky, when the sun's actually out, that we get to see that blue color. And this is our first hint that the sun plays a large role in the cause of the blue sky. But what is blue anyway? What are any of the colors? Well, really, they're just different wavelengths of light. Red is the longest wavelength of light that humans can see, and blue is some of the shortest wavelengths. It's actually violet light that is the shortest wavelength that humans can see. Now, the sun generates all different kinds of light, all the colors of the rainbow, and some colors that we can't even see, things like ultraviolet light and infrared light. Now, when that light makes its way from the sun to the top of the Earth's atmosphere and enters into the atmosphere, it's going to scatter off tiny particles in the atmosphere, things like nitrogen and oxygen that we breathe. Now, it turns out that blue light scatters about 16 times more frequently than red light. So if you're looking at any random part of the sky, you're going to see about 16 times more indirect blue light than you are indirect red light. Now, as it turns out, the shorter you get in wavelength, the more frequently you scatter. So violet light, you would think, would scatter the most, and in fact it does. So why don't we see a beautiful violet colored light? Why is it blue? Well, that answer is twofold. As it turns out, the sun actually generates a little bit less violet light than it does blue light, about 2 or 3 times less. And the second aspect has to do with the human eye. There are 3 different kinds of cones in the human eye. One sensitive for red light, one sensitive for green light, and the last is sensitive for blue light. Now, that cone that's sensitive for blue light also is responsible for giving us these violet colors that we see, but it's about 2 or 3 times less sensitive for violet light than for blue light, and that's why we see the blue sky. Now, it's important to remember that not all species see a blue sky. In fact, there are many kinds of spiders that are sensitive to green light and ultraviolet light, and types of snakes and bees that are sensitive to infrared light. So although we see the blue sky is not blue for everyone.